So you've just arrived to the cabin and you're wondering how to open or close. So stick around. This video will give you a little refresher. So number one is getting inside. So this first keypad doesn't work anymore, so it's more of a deterrent than anything because it makes people think that there's a security system, even though that doesn't function. So this will get you in the garage. Simply put in the correct code. Currently it is my birthday because I am the favorite. So put that code in, hit the enter button, and the garage door should open. Keep in mind there is not a hidden key or anything anywhere on the premises. So the only other key is actually inside the garage underneath the mat, and that's it. So if you don't have a key to the front door and for some reason that keypad is not working to the garage door, you, my friend, are out of luck. So once you come inside, some things to be aware of is that you have about 30 seconds before the alarm goes off. So let's talk about how to turn off the alarm. So as soon as you go inside, what you can do is go to the alarm panel, which is going to be right here in the hallway. This is the alarm panel, and you see right here on the side that is the lock, that is the unlock. Literally all you need to do is push that unlock button and the alarm is disarmed. There is no code, there is no pin that you have to put in, just unlock the alarm. Also, if you want someone to disable the alarm before you get here, whoever has the Fortress app, that should be Steve or Dan or mom and dad. A number of people have that app and they can just disarm the system. Also, they can turn on the thermostat remotely if you come up in the winter time and have the cabin nice and heated up for you before you get here. So after you turn off the alarm, what you should do is come and get this checklist right here, cabin checklist. So let's get this bad boy out and take a look at what is contained in this checklist. So if you'll notice here on the side, there's summer open, summer closed, winter open with all the floors used and closed. It's basically depending on the season, and it's also depending on which levels of the cabin you are staying on, which in other words is determining which water is being introduced to which floors. So in the summertime, it's super easy. There's only these steps to open it in the summer and these steps to close it in the summertime. Don't know what all this stuff is. Okay, so let's go through what one of these opening checklists look like. Okay, so the first step is disable the alarm system. I just showed you how to do that. The second step is locate the DVR, and this one is located right here behind this sofa, and this is also where the router is for the internet and all that kind of stuff. But basically this white box right here, that is the DVR for the security system. And on the back of that white box is a simple black switch. Here, I'll flip that up so you can see it. That's the black switch I'm talking about right there. So right now it's already been turned off, but basically all you need to do when you get to the cabin is just flip that switch off, and once you leave, you're flipping that back on again to make it so the security cameras are working again. So that's that for the second step. So let's check out the third step for the opening. Adjust the thermostat as needed. So once again, you can do that remotely, or to do it manually, you just push it in to access the settings, and you can either turn it to heat or air conditioning or whatever the case may be. Air conditioning should probably never really be needed. You should be able to get enough airflow in the summertime just by opening windows and stuff like that. So the next step is in the mechanical room, slowly open the white valve by the floor. And so let's talk about that valve real fast. So follow me to the mechanical room. We're going downstairs. And this mechanical room is going to have access to all the water and hot water heater, all that good stuff. So here's the mechanical room. Turn on the light so you can see what's happening. And you'll notice that these different valves, we've painted them to try to make them easier. So some are red, some are black, some are blue. And anyway, the white valve that checklist is talking about is right here in the corner. So when the valve is parallel with the pipe, just like that, then that tells you that the valve is open. If you wanted to close that valve, you would just be rotating it until it's perpendicular, and that means that the valve is closed. So this particular valve is the main water valve that comes in from outside. And so when that is turned off, that's the way that you'll leave that valve once you leave the cabin in the summertime. And this is also the valve that you open that it's talking about in that latest step, where you open that and now you're allowing water to come into the cabin. So this is a circuit breaker panel that the checklist talks about. You'll see that that's the water heater to water heater A and to water heater B. And so when you look at the water heaters right now, you'll see that this, how I was talking about, that's water heater B, and this one's water heater A. So this particular configuration is if you were to have a lot of people here and you want access to both water heaters. In this case, a lot of people have just left. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the valves to the A water heater. And then I'm going to shut off the power to the circuit breaker to the A water heater. So right now, water heater B is the only one that is getting powered, and it's also the only one that is allowing water into the hot water heater. So I'll be back to show you how these different valves are going to work for if you're opening or closing in the wintertime for the different floors. So hopefully that makes sense for the most part as far as opening in the summertime. Let's go back upstairs and see if there's anything else in the checklist, because that should be the majority of all you have to do. is just turning on the water, turning off the security system, turning off the security cameras. Let's see if there's any other steps. So we've opened that white valve. We've taken care of the hot water heater. You want to make sure that there's no taps or running water outside or upstairs in the loft. That should not be a factor, but just go ahead and check that. And then lastly is the circuit breaker that I already showed you. If you're not sure if the hot water heater is all the way full, just wait 10 or 15 minutes before flipping that circuit breaker. And that, my friends, is how to open the cabin in the summertime.